Photographic, still from the video game Cube Quest by Paul Allen Newell, about 1984, described for the visually impaired. Describe. The image presents a complex, surreal landscape dominated by shades of blue and green. The composition is dense with intertwining forms that give the impression of both organic and structured elements. At the top left corner, dark curled shapes loom over the scene, creating a sense of depth and shadow. These forms, reminiscent of oversized plant tendrils or perhaps stylized waves, are rendered with a gradation of color that suggests volume and curvature. Moving towards the center and right side of the composition, the environment becomes increasingly intricate. Leaf-like shapes in varying tones of blue, from teal to navy, are layered in a way that creates a dense thicket, suggesting a lush, if not slightly otherworldly, vegetation. This dense mat of foliage is interspersed with what appears to be seed pods or fruit, depicted in a contrasting palette of yellows and lighter blues, adding to the image's overall vibrancy. The artist employs a technique that combines both precision and fluidity. The brushwork is meticulous, with clean edges and smooth transitions that contribute to the overall stylized appearance of the work. The use of shadow and light is subtle yet effective, creating a luminous quality that seems to emanate from within the image itself. The color palette is limited primarily to cools, which reinforces the dreamlike and serene quality of the piece. Context. This artwork, while not identifiable to a specific artist without additional information, seems to invoke the style and visual language of the Surrealist movement, which sought to unlock the imagination and delve into the subconscious mind. The technique and subject matter also have a biomorphic quality, reminiscent of the works by artists like Yves Tanguy or Jean Arp, where organic and abstract forms are combined to create a landscape that exists outside of conventional reality. The use of such intense and immersive imagery can be interpreted as a reflection of the artist's inner psyche, a common theme in Surrealist art, where the line between the real and the imagined is blurred. The time frame of the Surrealist movement, primarily between the world wars, saw a society grappling with upheaval and looking for escape and meaning in a world that was rapidly changing and often nonsensical, much like the landscape depicted in the image. Given the name and date in the file name, Photographic, still from the video game Cube Quest by Paul Allen Newell, about 1984, we could discuss the early intersection of digital art and gaming culture in the 1980s. This period was marked by a fascination with virtual worlds and the visual styles that could be achieved with the limited graphics technology of the time. Digital artists like Newell were pioneers in translating the ethos of contemporary art movements into the burgeoning medium of video games. Cube Quest itself, being an arcade game from the mid-80s, known for its unique blend of raster graphics and laserdisc-generated backgrounds, reflects the experimental nature of early video game art, bridging the gap between traditional artistic expression and interactive media. The hues and forms present in this piece could also be seen as emblematic of the visual style of the 1980s, with bold colors and dynamic, even surreal, designs being a staple in various forms of media, from album covers to movie posters. The artwork aligns with the broader cultural trends of the era, where art often sought to provide an escape, an alternate reality that contrasted sharply with the political and economic tensions of the time. For art lovers, by art lovers, share and subscribe and give us a comment to improve the work of enabling art for more of us.